Hello, Class 5. I hope you all are fine and well and utilizing your time sitting at home and revising your work and learning your work. Okay, children. So today we are here with a new chapter of your Sunshine book, that is The Wizard of Oz, Part 1. Children, you might have heard the stories about good spirits, bad spirits, witches, and wizards. You know who are the witches and wizards? Witches are the unholy spirits who are cruel, and wizards are also the same kind. Some holy spirits are there, some evil spirits are there, and some unholy spirits are there. Witches and wizards are like those which are unholy, not evil but unholy. So, children, here's a novel. It's a part of stories from a part of a story from a children's novel, that is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This story is about the adventures of a girl whose name was Dorothy, and she lives in a farmhouse in Kansas with her uncle, aunt, and dog Toto. So this girl, one day, the farmhouse with Dorothy inside is caught in a cyclone. Cyclone, you know what happens when a strong wind comes and there's a circle, 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 circle. And her house, Dorothy's house, was caught in a cyclone and is deposited on a field in the land of Oz. Means the house was caught and this house was taken up to a land. Pura house was taken up to another land which was called the land of Oz. The falling house kills the wicked witch of the east. So where the house fell, at that place wicked witch of the east lived. Wicked, you know, very evil, very cruel witch of the east lived on that part of the earth, on land on which her house fell. And due to the falling of her house, this wicked witch of east was killed. And the good witch of the north gives Dorothy silver shoes. Two witches she came across. One was killed by the falling of her house, and the other one was the good witch of north. I told you they are unholy, but they are good and bad. So the good witch of the north, she gives silver shoes to Dorothy. But Dorothy wanted to return back to her own town, Kansas. Now good witch tells Dorothy to go to the Emerald City and seek the help of the Wizard of Oz. The good witch told Dorothy, उसको बताती है कि you go to Emerald City and there you will meet Wizard of Oz, and that Wizard of Oz will help you to go back to your town, Kansas. Now, Dorothy set up to go to Emerald City. Now she set out to go to Emerald City, and on her way to the Emerald City, she meets three friends. One was Scarecrow. The Scarecrow, you might have seen a scarecrow in the fields. The people make scarecrows to scare the crows. Right? Here she meets the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow wanted a brain. So, could you imagine a scarecrow can have a brain? No, because scarecrow is just a non-living creature just to scare the crows so that they should not destroy the fields. So here she meets a scarecrow, and scarecrow wants a brain. And the other second friend she meets, that is Tin Woodman. Tin Woodman means the person, like a puppet made up of wood and tin. Now the man made up of wood and tin wants a heart. Right? And the third one she met is the lion. The lion, here the real lion, he wants courage. See, the lion, does a lion want a courage? No. So this lion was timid. He wanted courage. So three friends she met on her way. That is, one is Scarecrow, second one is Tin Woodman, and the third one is the lion. Scarecrow wanted a brain, Tin Woodman wanted a heart, and lion wanted a courage. Now as friends, they all four, they traveled to the Emerald City for help. Now all four friends, they went to Emerald City to take the help of Wizard of Oz. Now soon they meet the Oz. Soon they happen to meet the Oz, however, but they are unable to see him in the beginning. In the beginning, they could not see that Wizard of Oz. But later on, when they see him, he agrees to help them only after they kill the Wicked Witch of the West. Now this Wizard of Oz also wanted something from these four people. He wanted that they should kill the Wicked Witch of the West. This Wizard of Oz, he thought that Dorothy is very powerful because she had killed the Wicked Witch of the East. Though Wicked Witch of East was killed, why, how? Just because of falling off her house. But this Wizard of Oz, he thought that Dorothy is so powerful that she had killed the Wicked Witch of East. Now he wants her to kill the Wicked Witch of the West also. Right? Because the witches of North and South were good and the witches of East and West were wicked. Now Dorothy, along with her three friends, travels to put an end to the Wicked Witch of the West. Now she goes to kill the Wicked Witch of the West along with her three friends. Now they are successful in their attempt. You know how? They just melted her with water. Dorothy and her friends go to meet the Oz once again then. Right? She melted this Wicked Witch of West. How? Just but by pouring water on her. Now, Dorothy and her friends went to meet the Oz once again to tell him that they have kept their promise. Now it was his turn to keep his promise. Now here, after this, the story continues how they reached the Emerald City again, how they met the Wizard of Oz, and how, Wizard of Oz had a secret. How his secret was revealed, and how the Scarecrow got brain, the Tin Woodman got heart, and how the lion got courage, and how Dorothy managed to reach Kansas again. So I hope you have understood the ground of the story. Now we will continue with the reading of the story. Now the four travelers walked up to the great gate of Emerald City and rang the bell. Now all these four friends, they walked up to the great gate of Emerald City. You see, gate par pahunchte hain, and there they rang the bell. After ringing several times, it was opened by the same guardian of the gates they had met before. So before also, when they visited this Emerald City, the same guardian opened the gate, and this time also, after ringing for several times, after ringing for many times, the same guardian opened the gate. When he heard that Dorothy had melted the Wicked Witch of the West, he was impressed. So when this guardian came to know that Dorothy and her friends had killed the Wicked Witch of West, now he was very impressed. Right? The guardian of the gate was very impressed to learn that the Wicked Witch of West was killed by these friends. Now, good gracious, exclaimed the man, and bowed very low indeed before Dorothy. Now, he bowed very low. He greeted these four friends and he bowed very low just before Dorothy, because he thought that Dorothy was very powerful. Then he led them to his little room and locked the spectacles from great box. All their eyes just as they had done before. Now you know what he did? When they went inside, he took these people into his little room, and there, what he did? What this guardian did? He locked their eyes with the spectacles. Right? He used to put the spectacles on their eyes. On all the 4 friends, he put some spectacles. He told them to wear the spectacles. Now, after wearing the spectacles, what happened? The soldier with the green whiskers was still on guard before the door, but he let them in at once, and they were again met by the beautiful green girl. Now, what happened? Now, when these people wore the spectacles, after that they were taken to some other room where they met a soldier who had green whiskers, green मूछें थी जिसकी, and he was still on guard before the door. डोर के आगे वो अभी भी खड़ा था क्योंकि वो पहले भी खड़ा था. But he let them in at once, and they were again met by the beautiful green girl, who showed each of them to their old rooms at once. Now, once again, before also they had met a beautiful green girl. Now again they had met the beautiful green girl. Till now they have met 3 people. One was guard, the second one was the soldier with green whiskers, and after that they met the beautiful girl. And all these 3 people they had met before also. Now, this beautiful girl took them to their old rooms again. Before also when they came there, they were taken to to their respective rooms. Now again they were taken to their old rooms, so they might rest until the great Oz was ready to receive them. Why she took them there? So that they can take rest by the time great Oz gets ready to meet them. Now the soldier had the news carried straight to the Oz that Dorothy and the other travelers had come back again after destroying the wicked witch. Now the soldier went to the Oz and he gave him the news that these 4 travelers, they had come back after destroying the wicked witch. उन्होंने उसको मार दिया and now they are back. The Oz sent word for them to come to the throne room at 4 minutes after 9 o'clock the next morning. Now, he sent a message. The Oz sent a message for these 4 people to come to his room next morning. At what time? At 4 minutes past 9. 9:04 पे he called them next morning. Promptly at 9 o'clock the next morning, the green-whiskered soldier came to them, and 4 minutes later they all went into the throne room of the great Oz. So next morning at 9 o'clock, the green-whiskered soldier came to them to take them to the throne room of the great Oz, and at 9:04 they all reached the throne room of the great Oz. Now they were greatly surprised when they looked about and saw no one in the room. So they were taken to the throne room, and there they were surprised to see that there was no one. वहाँ कोई भी नहीं था. Presently, they heard a solemn voice that seemed to come from somewhere near the top of the great dome, and it said, now at present they could hear a solemn voice, very serious voice that seemed to come from somewhere near the top of the great dome. साथ में एक पास में एक बहुत बड़ा सा डोम बना हुआ था, वहां से that voice seemed to come. I am Oz, the great and terrible. Why do you see me? Now the great wizard of Oz, he spoke that I am Oz. I am great and terrible. Why have you come to me? They looked again in every part of the room. Then, seeing no one, Dorothy asked, where are you? Now they looked around and found no one there. And then Dorothy asked, where are you, Oz? I am everywhere, answered the voice. But to the eyes of people, I am invisible. I will now seat myself upon my throne so that you may converse with me. Now the oath said कि I am everywhere. मैं सब जगह हूँ, but मुझे कोई देख नहीं सकता. The eyes of the people cannot see me. Now I am sitting on my throne and now you can speak with me. Indeed, the voice seemed just then to come straight from the throne itself. So they walked towards it and stood in a row while Dorothy said, We have come to claim our promise oath. Now, indeed, सच में क्या हुआ? The voice seemed to come from the throne. Throne से ही लग रहा था जैसे आवाज आ रही है. And they all walked towards the throne and they stood in a row, line wise खड़े हो गए. And Dorothy said that we have come here to claim our promise. जो आपने promise किया था, please keep it now. What promise? Asked Oz. Now Oz said, कौन सा promise? You promised to send me back to Kansas when the Wicked Witch was destroyed, said the girl. So Dorothy said कि you had promised to send me back to Kansas if I killed the Wicked Witch of the Wicked Witch of the West, said the girl. So now send us back. Send me back to my town. And you promised to give me brains. Now Scarecrow said कि you promised me to give me brains. Now give me brains. And you promised to give me a heart, said the Tin Woodman. अब Tin Woodman बोला कि मुझे heart दो. And you promised to give me the courage, said the Cowardly Lion. So Cowardly Lion भी बोला कि मुझे भी courage चाहिए थी. Is the Wicked Witch really destroyed? Asked the voice Dorothy. Asked the voice. Voice ने पूछा कि is the Wicked Witch really destroyed? Dorothy thought that it trembled a little. तो Dorothy thought कि इसकी पूछते समय थोड़ा घबरा क्यों रहा है? Why is it trembling? Yes, she answered. I melted her with a bucket of water. But Dorothy told him that yes, I have melted her with a bucket of water. पानी से मैंने उसको destroy कर दिया, melt कर दिया. Dear me, said the voice, come to me tomorrow, for I must have time to think it over. अब Wizard of Oz बोलता है, okay, give me some time, come to me tomorrow. I want some time. बोला कि कल आना. अब क्या हुआ? गुस्सा चढ़ गया. किसको? Tin Woodman को. He said, you have had plenty of time already, said the Tin Woodman angrily. अब Tin Woodman को गुस्सा आ गया. वो बोला कि already तुम्हें बहुत time दे दिया. The lion thought it might be just as well to frighten the wizard. So he gave a large, loud roar. अब lion ने सोचा, mind तो था नहीं उसके पास, उसने सोचा कि wizard को मैं भी डरा देता हूँ. तो उसने जोर से गुर्राया. This roar was so fierce and dreadful that Toto jumped away from him in alarm. Now who was Toto? अब lion जो था इतनी जोर से गुर्राया कि Toto, because Toto was with Dorothy, he was her pet dog. Now it got frightened, उसको डर लग गया, and he jumped away from him in alarm. एकदम से jump करके, and he tipped over the screen that stood in a corner. वो जाकर के एकदम से जो corner पे screen थी उस पे एकदम से jump कर गया. As it fell with a crash, they looked that way, and the next moment all of them were filled with wonder. अब जैसे ही the dog tipped over the screen that stood in a corner, उसके ऊपर जैसे ही jump किया, as it fell with a crash, क्योंकि वो जोर से गिरा, something happened which surprised all of them. They all were surprised. What they saw there? For they saw, standing in just the spot the screen had hidden, a little old man with a bald head and a wrinkled face. अब उन्होंने एकदम से क्या देखा? स्क्रीन के पीछे क्या हुआ? There was a little old man. उसके पीछे एक old man छुपा हुआ था, and it had a bald head. You can see the old man here in the picture. and he had a bald head and a wrinkled face, means face पर wrinkles थे, who seemed to be as much surprised as they were. Now this man was also surprised to see these people. The Tin Woodman, raising his axe, rushed towards the little man and cried out, "Who are you?" अब Tin Woodman ने क्या किया, अपना axe उठाया और फटाफट से इस little old man की तरफ भागा, and he asked him, "Who are you? कौन हो तुम?" "Are you not the great wizard?" cried Dorothy. अब Dorothy पूछती है कि "Are you not the great wizard? तुम wizard नहीं हो?" "Shh, my dear," he said. वो बोला चुप 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 चुप, कोई नहीं बोलना. "Don't speak so loud, or you will be overheard, and I will be ruined." कोई तुम्हें सुन लेगा और मुझे तो मार ही डालेगा. I am supposed to be the great wizard. मुझे ही लोग great wizard बोलते हैं. Now Dorothy was surprised. She said, "Aren't you? क्या तुम नहीं हो?" I hope you all are also surprised, because this was just an ordinary man. "Not a bit of it, my dear. I'm just a common man." तो wizard बोला कि I am just a common man. I'm not a wizard. "You're more than that," said the scarecrow in a grieved tone. "You're a humbug." So बोला scarecrow बोला कि you are not just a common man. You are a humbug. Humbug means cheater. "But this is terrible," said the Tin Woodman. "How shall I ever get my heart?" So Tin Woodman was very distressed. He said, "This is just terrible. Now I won't be able to get my heart or my courage," asked the Lion. Lion also said, I will also not be able to get the courage. Now what happened? "Or my brains," wailed the scarecrow. Scarecrow भी बोला मुझे भी brain नहीं मिलेगा. "Now, my dear friends," said the Oz, "I pray you not to speak of these little things. Think of me and the terrible trouble I'm in at being found out." बोला कि प्लीज डोंट स्पीक आउट फॉर दीज लिटिल थिंग्स. इन छोटी छोटी सी बातों के लिए प्लीज मत बोलो. थिंक ऑफ मी, मेरे बारे में सोचो कि जब किसी को पता चल जाएगा कि आई एम नॉट अ विजार्ड, आई विल बी इन ट्रबल. मैं तो बहुत ट्रबल में फंस जाऊंगा. "Does anyone else know you're a humbug?" asked Dorothy. Dorothy ने पूछा, "Does anyone else know that you're a cheater?" "No one knows it but you four and myself." He said, "No, किसी को नहीं पता है, only you four and myself," replied the Oz. "I have fooled everyone for so long that I thought I will never be found out. Sit down, please. I will tell you my story." Now he said कि I have fooled everyone. सबका मैंने बेवकूफ़ बनाया है बहुत टाइम से, because मैंने सोचा था कि कोई भी मुझे ढूंढ नहीं पाएगा. But I was wrong. He said, "Now you please sit down. I will tell you my story." So children, this was the first part, and its exercises I will share very shortly, and after that we will continue with the second part. So those who want to listen to the second part, please go through this first part again so that you understand it very clearly. I have explained you all the things very clearly, but I want you to go through this video twice or thrice in order to understand the story, because until and unless you understand these points, you won't be able to understand the second part of the story. So please go through it until and unless I share the back exercises and the second part of the story. Goodbye, children. We'll meet again.